Oh, mother...
Guess who just got back today? Them wild-eyed boys that had been away.
So after months of inactivity, I've returned on a valiant white steed to deliver a new review to the fan. No, seriously, thanks to all the people who've supported my reviews over the past months, and to all the hate mailers, just go ahead and leave. I lost a lot of source files when my computer went under in the fires of oblivion, but now I have a new one, and there's a slightly different look to it all. So, off we go then. The movie I'll be taking my review canon to this week is Transformers 2: Revenge of the Fallen, or as I like to call it, a good idea gone horribly, horribly wrong. My honest opinion of the movie, everything dealing with Optimus Prime and the actual Autobot-Decepticon war was really awesome. Everything else was god-awful. The problem with the movie is that the good part of the movie made up roughly 20% of the actual film, which means this film was 80% mind-breakingly annoying. I sat there honestly wishing my brain would just explode and get it over with. Here's an example. The Sector 7 agent, I don't remember his name, so we'll call him Pete, walks up behind a giant transformer and looks up to see two swinging wrecking balls on chains between its legs. While Petey then calls over the radio, "I'm approaching the enemy's, scrotum, sir." This is not clever humor. This is lazy writing. When that line came up, I nearly face-palmed so hard my hand went through my skull. The entire movie is riddled with these terrible attempts at humor. There's actually a scene where the editor put not one, but 3 scenes of 2 dogs having sex. It wasn't cleverly disguised or anything. It was just 2 dogs shooting a porno for $400 million worth of American families to see. Of course, Shia LaBeouf didn't help at all with his "oh no, I'm in an awkward situation" act again. Granted, this was only in the beginning part of the movie until, spoiler alert, the Bio-Decepticon part of the movie, which they never explain. Afterwards, we were graced with the presence of Shia LaBeouf's in-movie roommate, who had nothing to do with the movie. No, seriously, he didn't do anything. He didn't contribute to the plot, and God knows he wasn't funny. He was only there to wet himself and complain, and yeah, it was kind of funny to see Petey taser him later on in the movie, but I kept thinking of how much better it would have been to see the agent played by Samuel L. Jackson, just so he would have gotten shot. The beginning of the movie seemed to follow a formula, like there'd be a really awesome scene with Optimus Prime taking out Decepticons with a shiny broadsword, then you'd cut to Shia LaBeouf being awkward with women. Next we'd have a really cool scene with a team of Decepticons resurrecting Megatron, followed by a scene of Shia LaBeouf being even more awkward, only now with a silly hat on. The movie only sloped downhill from there when I found out we'd be following Shia LaBeouf and his merry band of the most annoying people on the planet. It almost seemed like during the writing process there were 2 teams. Team A was writing a really cool Transformers story arc, one with twists and turns and a plot deep enough to sink the Titanic, and incidentally Pauly Shore's career, whilst Team B was doing nothing but playing Halo and writing awkward situations for Shia LaBeouf, constantly uttering the phrase, "hey, maybe this will get funny eventually." My other problem with the movie were the twins, Mudflap and Racist McGee. Yeah, there were the incredibly racist stereotypes and all that political jargon, but I hated them because they were really annoying. No more annoying than any other character in the movie that followed Shia LaBeouf, but what really bothered me about them was that they didn't die in this movie. Even though Jazz was arguably one of the best things about Transformers 1, and he was ripped in half by Megatron, yet we had to deal with these 2 idiots for 2.5 hours with absolutely no payoff of seeing Megatron tear them to bits. One last thing I'll briefly touch on is the language. I have no problem with swearing in movies or anything like that, but little kids are coming to see this movie, and the swears and sexual references in this movie would scar any normal child under the age of 12. Anyway, to wrap this up with a nice neat bow, I wish I could say Optimus Prime being a badass made up for all this movie's faults, but it doesn't, and I can only hope we end up with a less frustrating Transformers 3.